India has completed 75 years of independence, with much success amidst the patches of rough sailing. India has been slowly but steadily making the progress. Despite being one of the fastest growing economies, India is still sometimes considered an underdog and is constantly underestimated because of its status of developing country. So here are 10 facts about India, which dispel all doubts about the status India currently has and the enormous potential it is blessed with. Before we begin, we want to tell you that all Indians must be proud to be Indians no matter what. Every single one of them is a true patriot. Our objective is to inform Indians of what exactly they are and what they should be proud of. Right to vote from day one of the very first general election held post-independence. Most of us know that India is the largest democracy in the world. It also has the unique distinction of being the only country that gave all the citizens above a certain age the right to vote in first elections after independence. Highest trust bridge in the world. Ladakh, a city in India also known as Biker's Paradise, is also known by its beautiful landscapes, lakes, treks, and many other things. And probably this one is most unheard of. Ladakh is home to the world's highest bridge, Bailey Bridge. It is located in Ladakh Valley between Dras and Suru rivers, in the Himalayan mountains, at the altitude of 18,379 feet above the sea level. This 30-meter-long bridge was constructed by Indian Army in August 1982. Currency notes with Braille features. The Indian currency notes have Braille features, which aid visually impaired people to differentiate and identify the notes. Mexico, Israel, Canada, and Russia are some of the countries to adopt this feature. Manufacturer of supercomputers. Supercomputers are computers that have a high level of performance compared to regular computers, and they are made only in 3 countries in the world, India being one of them besides the US and Japan. Sushruta, the father of surgery. Sushruta, a physician, made tremendous contribution to the field of plastic and cataract surgery in 6th century BC. Reconstructive surgery techniques were carried out as early as 800 BC in India. Hence, Sushruta is considered as father of surgery. The invincible Indian national kabaddi team. The Indian national kabaddi team has won all the kabaddi World Cups held till now, and they have been unbeatable. Both the men's team and the women's team achieved this. Origination of algebra. Trigonometry and calculus, as well as quadratic equations, which were used by Sridacharya in the 11th century. While the Greeks and Romans were using numbers up to 106, the Indians were using the numbers as big as 10 in the power of 53 as early as 500 BC. Better infrastructure than you think. The world's largest road network is in India. Over 1.9 million miles roads cover the country. Some of you might say that road quality is poor, but despite not being the world's biggest country according to the area, it has the longest road network, spanning all imaginable and traversable terrain, mountains, deserts, forests, valleys, and so on. India is proven, and so are the roads. Safer than you might think. For a middle-class person, India is safer than the USA. Indian crime rates are lower in general than the US, and even are lower if you are in middle class. And cases of gun violence in schools, malls, and public places are always non-existent. An average global homicide rate of 6.1 victims per 100,000 population was estimated in 2017, whereas in India it's only 3.06. Accessing doctors is quite easy, and all you need to do is just walk in. No paperwork, insurance, or appointment booking. Regarding schools, the levels of crime and bullying are much lower. They are so low that a single crime among 1.3 billion people becomes a front-page news. Climate is much more moderate. You don't have to worry about extreme summers or winters. Many middle-class people are religious in India, and it's easy to be religious, with a safe access to churches, temples, gurdwaras, and mosques. Of course, poverty exists in India, but the people who have the luxury to ask these questions are not really poor. A country with a big heart. Vaccine Maitri, in English, Vaccine Friendship, was a humanitarian initiative undertaken by Indian government to provide COVID-19 vaccines to people around the world. The Indian government started providing vaccines from 20 January 2021. As of 21 February 2022, India had delivered 162.9 million vaccine doses to 96 countries. Of these, 14.3 million doses were gifted to 48 countries by the Indian government. The remaining 107.1 million doses were supplied by vaccine producers under the commercial use, and 41.5 million were supplied under the COVAX obligations. Do you know any countries that has given so many vaccines as India? This is just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many more facts, like the art of shampooing were discovered in India. The human calculator Shakuntala Devi, Sikkim has become India's first 100% organic state, paving the way ahead of sustainable livelihoods. Origin of yoga, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, Hinduism, the largest number of vegetarians are in India, and so on. All this gives every Indian a reason to hold heads up and be proud to be an Indian. So this year, make a pledge to continue to strive in making your country greater and better. Because India is a country that supports other countries in their development, which means better India means a better world.